The word probate applies to two different situations. The first situation is where someone has died without a will. And in that circumstance, you are probating the intestate estate of a decedent. When someone has passed away with a will, then you are probating the will. In most circumstances where there is a dispute over real property, a lot of times that pertains to someone who's died without a will. And the reason for that is if they've died with a will and the property is willed to an heir, then there's no real dispute as to how to treat that real property because it follows the terms of the will. However, if someone has passed away without a will and they've left behind an estate worth over $184,999, then an heir may open a probate with California courts. If the estate of the decedent is less than $185,000 essentially, then they can do what's called a small affidavit and they don't have to go through the probate process. But if it meets that dollar threshold that requires a probate, then any of the heirs of the decedent can petition to become an administrator of the estate. And that process begins with filing a petition for letters of administration and an order granting the petition, naming the individual, the petitioner, becoming the administrator of the estate. Once the letters of administration are given and the order granting the petition to name the petitioner the administrator of the estate, they would have access to the bank accounts, they would start doing an inventory and appraisal, they can start selling residential real property and start making decisions as a personal representative of the decedent. Depending on the situation, the court may also require that the personal administrator post a bond in order to become the administrator of the estate. But once they've been appointed administrator, once there's an order granting the petition, and once letters of administrations have been issued, then the administrator of the estate would effectively follow the statutes that govern acting as an administrator or personal representative of the decedent.